the gift of friendship. Once upon a time, in a land filled with bustling cities and endless dreams, there was a faraway kingdom called France. In this kingdom lived a kind-hearted sculptor named Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi. Bartholdi loved creating magnificent sculptures that brought joy and wonder to people's hearts. One day, as he walked through the vibrant streets of Paris, an idea began to take shape in his mind, one that would change the world forever. Bartholdi had heard tales of a grand and distant land across the ocean called America. This land was known for its boundless opportunities and the promise of freedom for all who lived there. The people of France admired America's spirit and wanted to give them a special gift to celebrate their friendship. Bartholdi decided he would create a colossal statue, a symbol of freedom and hope, and present it to the people of America. Bartholdi hurried to share his idea with his friend and fellow visionary, Gustave Eiffel, who was famous for his incredible engineering skills. "Gustave," Bartholdi exclaimed, "I have a grand vision to build a statue that will stand as a beacon of hope and freedom for all who see it. Will you help me make it a reality?" Gustave's eyes sparkled with excitement. "Of course, my friend. Together we shall build a marvel that will inspire generations." The two friends began sketching their ideas and making plans. Bartholdi envisioned a majestic lady holding a torch high above her head, lighting the way for those seeking liberty. He called her Liberty Enlightening the World. Gustave, with his keen eye for structure and design, worked on creating a sturdy framework to support the immense statue. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, as Bartholdi and Gustave poured their hearts into the project. They gathered a team of skilled craftsmen and began building the statue piece by piece. The statue's body was made of copper and its framework of iron, carefully crafted to withstand the test of time. As the statue began to take shape, news of the grand project spread throughout France. People from all walks of life marveled at the idea of such a magnificent gift. Even children, with their wide-eyed wonder, would often gather around Bartholdi and Gustave, asking questions about the statue. One sunny afternoon, a little girl named Sophie approached Bartholdi while he was working. "Monsieur Bartholdi," Sophie asked with a curious tilt of her head, "why does the statue hold a torch?" Bartholdi smiled warmly at Sophie. "Ah, my dear, the torch represents enlightenment. It is a light that guides people toward freedom and knowledge. Just as a lighthouse guides ships safely to shore, this torch will guide people to a land of liberty." Sophie's eyes widened with understanding. "That's wonderful. I can't wait to see it shine." Meanwhile, across the ocean in America, a dedicated journalist named Joseph Pulitzer was determined to help make the statue a reality. He knew that the people of America needed to raise funds to build a pedestal strong enough to hold the grand statue. Pulitzer decided to use his newspaper, the New York World, to inspire the American people to contribute. He wrote heartfelt articles and organized fundraising campaigns, urging everyone, from the wealthiest citizens to the humblest workers, to donate what they could. The response was overwhelming. Pennies, nickels, and dimes poured in from all corners of the country. Children even sent their savings, touched by the idea of a gift of friendship. Back in France, the construction of the statue continued with great enthusiasm. Each part was meticulously crafted and assembled with love and care. The statue's face, with its serene and hopeful expression, seemed to come alive, reflecting the spirit of both nations. One day, as the statue neared completion, Bartholdi climbed to the top of the scaffold to place the final piece, the torch. As he gazed out over the horizon, he imagined the statue standing tall in New York Harbor, welcoming travelers from around the world. "Almost there, Gustave," Bartholdi called down to his friend. "Soon, our Lady Liberty will find her home." Gustave looked up with pride. "Yes, and she will stand as a testament to the enduring friendship between our nations." The statue was finally ready for its grand journey across the ocean. Carefully disassembled into 350 individual pieces, it was packed into crates and loaded onto a ship bound for America. The ship set sail, carrying with it the hopes and dreams of both the French and American people. As the ship sailed through calm seas and stormy weather, the statue's journey became a tale of adventure and perseverance. Finally, after weeks of travel, the ship arrived in New York Harbor. The sight of Lady Liberty's pieces being unloaded filled the hearts of the American people with awe and excitement. Work began immediately on reassembling the statue atop the pedestal that had been built with the contributions of countless individuals. Day by day, piece by piece, Lady Liberty began to rise once more. The people watched in anticipation, knowing that they were witnessing the creation of a symbol that would forever stand for freedom and hope. And so, as the final pieces were put into place, the statue stood tall and proud, her torch lifted high, ready to light the way for all who sought a better life. But the tale of Lady Liberty was far from over, for the true magic of her presence was yet to unfold. And so, with great anticipation, the Statue of Liberty, enlightening the world, stood proudly in New York Harbor. As the last piece was set in place, a cheer rose from the crowd gathered below. The statue was a magnificent sight, a gift of friendship that had traveled across the ocean to inspire generations to come. Among the crowd was a little boy named Thomas, who had saved his pennies to help build the pedestal. He gazed up at the towering statue with wide eyes, feeling a sense of pride and wonder. "Papa," Thomas said, tugging at his father's sleeve, "she's even more beautiful than I imagined." His father smiled and lifted him onto his shoulders so he could see better. "Yes, Thomas, she truly is. This statue is a symbol of freedom and hope for people all over the world." As the sun set, casting a golden glow over the statue, Bartholdi and Gustave stood together, their hearts swelling with pride and joy. "We did it, Gustave," Bartholdi said, his voice filled with emotion. "Our Lady Liberty has found her home." Gustave nodded, his eyes shining. "Indeed, Frederic, she will stand as a beacon of light for all who seek a better life." In the days that followed, the statue became a symbol of hope for immigrants arriving in America. Ships carrying people from distant lands would pass by Lady Liberty, her torch lighting their way to a new beginning. Among those immigrants was a young girl named Maria, who traveled with her family from Italy in search of a better life. As their ship approached New York Harbor, Maria's mother pointed to the statue. "Look, Maria, it's the Statue of Liberty. She is welcoming us to our new home." Maria's eyes filled with wonder as she looked at the statue. "She is beautiful, Mama. I feel like she is telling us that everything will be all right." The statue's torch, held high above her head, seemed to shine brighter, as if affirming Maria's hopes. The statue's presence gave the new arrivals courage and strength to face the challenges of building a new life in a foreign land. One day, as Bartholdi and Gustave visited the statue to see how it was being received by the people, they met a young boy named Sam. Sam was an orphan who had come to America seeking a fresh start. He had been captivated by the statue and often spent his days sitting at its base, dreaming of a brighter future. "Hello, young man." Bartholdi greeted him with a kind smile. "Do you like the statue?" Sam looked up at Bartholdi and Gustave with wide eyes. "I love it. She makes me feel like I can do anything, like I have a future full of possibilities." Gustave knelt beside Sam, placing a hand on his shoulder. "That's exactly what we hoped she would do. Lady Liberty is a symbol of hope and freedom. She reminds us all that we have the power to shape our own destinies." As the years passed, the Statue of Liberty became an enduring symbol of freedom, inspiring countless people to pursue their dreams. She stood tall through times of joy and sorrow, her torch lighting the way for all who sought a better life. One day, as an elderly Bartholdi stood before the statue, now a cherished landmark, he reflected on the journey that had brought her to life. He thought of the people of France who had contributed their skills and efforts, and the American people who had welcomed the statue with open hearts. "Lady Liberty," Bartholdi said softly, "you have fulfilled your purpose beyond my wildest dreams. You are a beacon of hope for the world." As he turned to leave, he saw a group of children gathered around the statue, listening to a storyteller recount the tale of Lady Liberty's creation. Among them was Sophie, now grown, with her own children, sharing the story that had inspired her as a child. And so, children, the storyteller concluded, the Statue of Liberty stands not just as a monument of friendship between France and America, but as a symbol of the enduring human spirit and the hope that lights our way. The children clapped and cheered, their faces filled with wonder and inspiration. As the sun set over New York Harbor, casting a warm glow over the statue, Lady Liberty stood tall and proud, her torch held high, lighting the way for generations to come. The end.